begins with the search for a missing baby. The mother, Tabitha Moss, charged with providing false information. Investigators say she told them she gave birth to the baby and disposed of it. But now they're not sure if there is, or if her story is true. Ashley Flette live at the Richmond County Jail where Tabitha Moss is being held. Ashley, this case is not exactly cut and dry.
That's right. That's because we're not for sure whether or not there is or isn't a baby. Investigators say that Moss has changed her story so many times that at one point she said she made the whole thing up. And now investigators are trying to clue all these pieces together to see what actually happened.
An arrest warrant dated June 13th accuses Tabitha Moss of flushing a fetus down a toilet after she miscarried the child. Doctors called police after Moss went to University Hospital because of a bleeding issue. The warrant says after a physical examination by doctors, it was determined Moss had given birth, but wouldn't give a straight answer about the whereabouts of the infant. Doctors called the sheriff's office and Moss told investigators she put the remains in a plastic bag and told her roommate to get rid of it. According to those warrants, Moss told investigators she had no interest in her pregnancy and that she went to a few pregnancy centers when she was 3 months pregnant in hopes of getting an abortion. But she was told she couldn't because she was too far along. Moss was then taken into custody that day. On June 16th, while Moss was in jail, a neighbor reported a burglary at the home where Moss lived with her roommate. A separate incident report states that Moss's roommate removed several boxes from the house after the burglary, but it's not clear what was inside those boxes. A neighbor says Moss' roommate cut the crime scene tape on the door to get inside. When she tried to go back inside the home a second time, a deputy escorted her off the property.
She cut it or whatever have you and went on her own. She had already removed like 4 or 5 boxes then.
On June 17th, the warrants showed that Moss told investigators she was lying about the original story. She told them that she was never pregnant and only made this story up to keep her boyfriend. Despite the police report confirming pregnancy through doctors at University Hospital, a neighbor says when she met Moss late last year, Moss was pregnant.
When they moved in back in, I want to say it was November of last year, it was a little pouch, and then I had spoken with her landlord, and her landlord had told me that your new neighbor, she is expecting.
Tabitha Moss is still in jail awaiting a bond hearing. She's in jail for giving false information. Now, we did ask if that roommate is looking for any charges or is going to be charged with anything, but investigators have not gone back to us. We also asked the Richmond County Sheriff's Office if they are actively searching for the infant, whether or not it is alive or dead. For now, we don't have any updates on that information. Live in Augusta, I'm Ashley Flette, WJBF News Channel 6.